Which unknown player just catapulted themselves into first-round money, and why didn't anyone see it coming? The NFL Draft is a high-stakes poker game where fortunes shift faster than a linebacker blitzing off the edge. One moment, you're a developmental prospect hoping to hear your name called on day 3. The next, you're fielding calls from agents promising first-round guarantees and generational wealth. This season has been an absolute roller coaster for draft stock, with 20 players transforming their professional futures through dominant performances that have scouts scrambling to rewrite their boards. What separates these risers from the pack isn't just talent. It's timing, opportunity, and the ability to seize moments when the spotlight burns brightest. Let's break down the players who've turned their 2025 seasons into million-dollar additions for NFL front offices. 1. David Bailey, edge. Texas Tech. Bailey spent 3 solid seasons at Stanford as a productive but overlooked pass rusher. Then he transferred to Texas Tech and decided to absolutely demolish the competition. Leading the entire country with 10.5 sacks, Bailey has transformed from a mid-round projection to a potential early first-round selection. That's the difference between a $1 million signing bonus and $15 million guaranteed. 1 transfer. 1 dominant season. Life-changing money. 2. Ruben Bain, Jr. Edge, Miami, FL. Here's a name that should terrify offensive coordinators for the next decade. Ruben Bain, Jr., depending how the draft shakes out. Bain has legitimate first overall pick potential for 2026. Elite pass rushing traits? Check. Production despite constant double teams? Check. The kind of game-wrecking ability that makes general managers salivate? Absolutely. Miami has a monster on their hands, and NFL teams are already circling. 3. Cassius Howell, edge. Texas A&M. Howell posted 9.5 sacks at Bowling Green in 2023, then transferred to Texas A&M for a bigger stage. After a quiet adjustment year, he's exploded with 7.5 sacks in 7 games for the Aggies. That's the trajectory of a player who just added millions to his draft value by proving he can dominate against SEC competition. 4. Lieutenant Overton, edge. Alabama. The Alabama defense revolves around Overton, and he continues evolving into a complete edge defender. 3 sacks in 7 games might not jump off the page, but when you're the player opponent's game plan around, production becomes secondary to impact. NFL teams draft potential and projection. Overton has both in abundance after transferring from Texas A&M. The quarterback revolution. 5. Carson Beck, QB, Miami, FL. Beck's Georgia tenure ended without favorable draft projections, so he transferred to Miami for one final shot at NFL dreams. Completing 73% of his passes with a cannon arm, Beck has significantly boosted his stock despite lingering interception concerns. Sometimes all a quarterback needs is a change of scenery and a system that maximizes their strengths. 6. Dante Moore, QB, Oregon. After transferring from UCLA and spending most of his first Oregon season on the bench, Moore is making the wait worthwhile. Over 72% completion rate, 19 touchdowns, and exceptional mobility across 7 games have him in the Heisman Trophy conversation. That's first-round quarterback money talking. 7. Fernando Mendoza, QB, Indiana. Indiana's surprise season has a quarterback at its heart. Mendoza transferred from Cal and is now being discussed for both the Heisman Trophy and potentially the first overall pick in the 2026 draft. Completing over 73% of passes with a 2.5 to 1 touchdown to interception ratio through 7 games? That's franchise quarterback production. 8. Diego Pavia, QB, Vanderbilt. Everyone who bet against Pavia looks foolish now. The Vanderbilt quarterback doesn't possess prototypical NFL physical traits, but he's firmly in the Heisman race and has completed over 70% of his passes while leading Vandy to unprecedented success in the SEC. He's gone from undrafted to late-round lock, and every game pushes him higher. 9. T.Y. Simpson, QB, Alabama. Simpson waited his turn in Alabama's loaded quarterback room, and now he's cashing in. Over 70% completion rate with 18 touchdowns in 7 games as a first-year starter has him trending toward first-round consideration. Patience plus production equals payday. 10. Chris Bell, WR, Louisville. For years of consistent production at Louisville culminated in a breakout senior season. 44 receptions for 638 yards and 6 touchdowns in just 6 games has Bell firmly in day 2 draft discussions. That's the difference between fighting for roster spot and signing a guaranteed contract. 11. Chris Brazzell, 2, WR, Tennessee. After his stats regressed following a transfer from Tulane, Brazzell needed this season badly. He's delivered spectacularly. 602 yards and 7 touchdowns in 7 games, including a 3-touchdown performance against Georgia. At 6 feet 5 inches, if he tests well at the combine, he could sneak into the first round. 12. Makai Lemon, WR, USC. Lemon has already surpassed last season's yardage total, becoming a cornerstone of USC's offense. Despite standing just 5 feet 11 inches, undersized for the position, his production screams first-round profile. Speed, route running, and hands can overcome height concerns when the tape is this good. 13. Jordan Tyson, WR, Arizona State. Tyson finished last season with over 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns, and he's on pace to repeat that performance. 57 receptions for 628 yards and 9 touchdowns in 7 games has him positioned as potentially the top receiver in the 2026 class. That's generational wealth territory. 14. Kenyon Sadiq, TE, Oregon. Sadiq's receiving skills continue separating him from the tight end pack. 21 receptions for 305 yards and 5 touchdowns. This season showcased the kind of pass-catching ability that makes him a strong NFL prospect. Modern NFL offenses are built around receiving tight ends. Sadiq fits that mold perfectly. 15. Caden Proctor, OT, Alabama. Proctor's physical presence dominates on film, and Alabama has maximized his versatility beyond traditional blocking. His athleticism, showcased in occasional ball-carrying duties, combined with his size, could make him a top 10 pick. Elite offensive tackles are franchise cornerstones, and Proctor has that ceiling. 16. Isaiah World, OT, Oregon. Transferring from Nevada to Oregon, World proved he can excel against elite competition. A strong start to the season has put him squarely in first-round consideration. Offensive tackles who can protect franchise quarterbacks get paid. World is positioning himself perfectly. 17. Mansour Delane, CB, LSU. After transferring from Virginia Tech, Delane has emerged as an elite cornerback prospect for the 2026 class. His exceptional ball skills against tougher SEC competition have him firmly on NFL radars. Shutdown corners are premium assets. Delane is proving he belongs in that conversation. 18. Arvell Reese, LB. Ohio State. Reese has taken a massive step forward as a centerpiece of Ohio State's formidable defense. 42 tackles and 5.5 sacks in just 7 games demonstrate dynamic versatility that could make him a first-round selection. Modern NFL defenses need linebackers who can rush the passer and cover. Reese does both. 19. Judge Haynes, RB, Michigan. After transferring from Alabama to Michigan for more playing time, Haynes has seized the opportunity. 705 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns in 6 games as a focal point of Michigan's offense has him positioned as potentially the second running back selected in the 2026 draft. In an era where running backs get devalued, elite production still matters. 20. Jeremiah Love, RB. Notre Dame. Love is on pace to easily surpass last season's 1,362 total yards, approaching 1,000 through just 7 games. He's done nothing to discourage teams from using a first-round pick on him. Explosive, versatile, and productive, Love checks every box for a modern NFL running back. Notice the pattern? Transfers dominate this list. The transfer portal has fundamentally changed college football's landscape, giving players opportunities to showcase their talents on bigger stages against better competition. Bailey from Stanford to Texas Tech. Beck from Georgia to Miami. Haynes from Alabama to Michigan. Moore from UCLA to Oregon. These aren't just position changes, they're career-altering decisions that have added millions to their draft stock. NFL general managers are watching these players with checkbooks ready. Every dominant performance, every statistical milestone, every moment of brilliance on national television translates directly to draft position and guaranteed money. The difference between being selected 15th overall versus 45th overall? Approximately $20 million in guaranteed money. The difference between going in the third round versus going undrafted? The difference between a professional career and wondering what if? These 20 players have seized their moments. They've transformed potential into production, opportunity into payday, and college success into professional futures. The 2025 college football season isn't just about championships and bowl games. It's about young men securing generational wealth for themselves and their families. And right now, these 20 players are winning that game in spectacular fashion. Which of these rising stars do you think will have the biggest impact in the NFL? Are any of these players overvalued, or is someone being slept on? Drop your draft predictions in the comments below. And if this breakdown opened your eyes to the 2026 class, smash that like button. The draft is where dreams become reality, and we'll be tracking every move as these players chase their NFL futures.